Hey guys, Fear here, welcome back. I'm bringing you another Brawlmachine Battle report. Today I'm battling against Kim, the very person who introduced me to Warmachine back in 2014. We are playing a map campaign filled by the local players, and this is our first match together. So let's jump onto the lists. I am bringing with me the same Thyron list from Game 6. The sole reason for that is I won with it, and Kim used to be the person to beat me every week, so I'm bringing my A list today. The list is Thyron, and his battle group consists of Banshee, a Harpy, and the rest of the army is composed of a Mage Hunter Assassin, Gnar, Mage Hunter Payo, Scythe, a minimum unit of Mage Hunter Infiltrators, and Spears of Scyrah in the Shadows of the Retribution team list. Note Conflict Chamber hasn't updated to match the February updates yet, so the points on the Conflict Chamber screenshot aren't accurate. Kim is bringing surprisingly a non-temelist with his Vlad1. The list consists of Vlad1 with Behemoth for his battle group, a Gobber Tinker solo, Kovnik Joseph Grigorovich, a full unit of Winter Guard Rifle Corps, and 3 Winter Guard Rocketeers. Kim wins the roll-off for deployment and chooses to play second. I contemplate on ambushing my Mage Hunter Infiltrators and decide to forego it as the scenario consists of 2 circle zones and begin my deployment with the Mage Hunter Infiltrators, covering the left flank. Banshee, Thyron, and Scythe, and the Harpy deploy at the center and the Spears close off the right flank. Kim deploys Vlad and Behemoth dead center, with the Gobber Tinker supporting them from behind. The Winter Guard deployed to the right of Behemoth in a 2-rank line with Kovnik Joe closing the formation. Start off the game with Scythe running behind the woods, preparing for Kim's advance. Follow up with Gnar and the Mage Hunter Assassin running behind the cloud, hoping to get decent charges on the next turn. I'm relying heavily on my superior move stats to try and get a good position to charge next turn. I back up my solos with the Spears of Scyrah to threaten charges should Kim push the zone while taking note of Behemoth's threat. The Mage Hunter Infiltrator squad run forward close to the flag, once again taking note of Behemoth's guns. Even if I have stealth, the blast damage from Behemoth and the Rocketeers, for that matter, are still strong enough to take out my models with their measly arm of 11. I then activate Banshee, run him up to support the middle, and hopefully be able to take pot shots with Behemoth with his gun. The Harpy does the same on the opposite side of the board. Lastly, Thyron advances 6 inches and casts Storm Rager on himself, Fury on the Spears of Scyrah, and I end my turn. Kim starts his turn by running Behemoth into the left-hand zone and follows up with Vlad beside Behemoth. He then casts Windwall and signs some portents. He then activates the Winter Guard, runs them, and places as much of the riflemen to be completely within the Windwall. Essentially, half of them are covered by Windwall and the rest are hidden behind the central woods. His last activation is Kovnik Joe and runs inside the Windwall as well, and grants Tough to the rifle. Take a few minutes to consider my options for turn 2 as the Windwall puts a hamper on my plans. Knowing Kim is likely to feat next turn to maximize his charges under signs of portents, I figure that my best bet is to try and outmaneuver him. My superior movement and stealth give me that advantage. I begin the turn by upkeeping both of my upkeep spells and start my activations with the Mage Hunter. I declare press forward and run 2 of the Mage Hunter Infiltrators to block Behemoth, and the rest hang back in the woods by the left-hand zone. I'm banking on the Mage Hunter Infiltrators' high defense to force Kim to use Vlad or Behemoth to get rid of the MHI, which would be beneficial for me, since Vlad and Behemoth are big threats I cannot handle unless I use the Banshee or the Spears of Scyrah. I then follow up with Scythe, move her into range to try and shoot through the woods using her tree walker. I use multiplier and manage to pick off 3 riflemen and trigger Tough on a 4th. I then use her run and gun to capture my own flag. Then activate Narn and try to pick off a visible rifleman. Make the shot and trigger sprint to engage another. Then activate the Mage Hunter Assassin, and I realize I positioned her poorly. Being behind the cloud while protecting me is also blocking my own line of sight. So rather than make a follow-up charge to support Narn, I simply position her for a feat turn next turn. And then activate my Spears of Scyrah, and they push forward to threaten charges on would-be contestants. And then present the Harpy as bait for Behemoth. With Windwall up, the Banshee's gun is unusable, so I simply position it to support the Spears of Scyrah. Lastly, I activate Thyron and run him into a position where I can maximize my control area for a feat turn next turn. That ends my turn. Kim starts off his turn by allocating nothing to Behemoth, and both of his turn spells fall off. His first activation is the Gobber, hoping that he gets lucky enough to pick off the Mage Hunter Assassin, but misses. He then activates Vlad, casts Signs of Importance, and gets rid of the Mage Hunter infiltrators I used as roadblocks. Kim then realizes, aside from the battle group, all of my stuff are stealth, and my list poses his. So he tries his best and hopes to catch my dudes with blast damage by activating Behemoth, and uses all of his shots to try and get rid of the Mage Hunter infiltrators. I get lucky and none of the blasts deviate onto any of the squad members. Kim then activates the Winter Guard and tries to pick off Narn with a combined melee, but misses. He then uses his 3 Rocketeers to pick off the Harpy, which they manage to kill them thanks to brutal damage. Lastly, he activates Goblin Joe and tries to kill Narn, again missing, but he grants Tough to the Winter Guard. Kim ends his turn, and I score 2 for the flag and zone. In my turn, Kim realizes that Brawl only needs 4 points greater in order to win. He catches that right before I start my activations and tells me that I only need to end my turn to win. So it's a relatively quick game. It's been a while since Kim and I played together. We have a quick discussion, and as mentioned, my list poses his completely. So he doesn't have a way to counter stealth, and I think him not running a theme is actually hurting him. Although I myself don't really think you need to run a theme to be, be good, but it is an advantage. So yeah. I tell him I actually forget about the victory point difference as I was preparing for a feat turn. If he sent 1 rifleman into the zone, the game would have been likely different. I believe Vlad and Behemoth alone can decimate my entire army. Granted that I might have more troops by my turn, as my feat would likely kill all of his infantry should my dice roll high, thanks to the bonus attack dice and killing spree on Thyron. As I mentioned, we're running a casual campaign by War Table, and Kim is currently managing it. Here's the map of our campaign. Kim is encouraging us to make our own fluff as we conquer territories. And why? Something just to spice things up. So if you're interested in that, I'm happy to share the fluff we've made, and I'll make them into videos. So thanks for watching. As always, feel free to comment, tell me what we did wrong, make suggestions. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, bell icon, so that you get notified every time I have a new video. Thanks for watching. Bye!